situation here is just intensifying, not only tonight, but day on day. This is the 11th night of tear gas being fired at protesters here, and the number of people taking the streets is just growing. What I can show you now is a crowd of protesters here who are throwing things over this temporary fence which has been put up to protect the federal courthouse. Now they're throwing things over at federal troops who are here, they say, to protect federal property. They've been throwing fireworks into the federal courthouse at federal troops, as you can hear. And federal troops have been firing tear gas back. People here are wearing gas masks, they come with leaf blowers, they're very prepared. They seem very well versed at this interaction between federal agents and themselves, and they don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. Now, it's not just protesters who've been injured. Members of the federal force have also been injured as well. And in fact, we've seen some of them have had green lasers shot into their eyes tonight, and we understand that some of them have suffered eye injuries because of that. These protesters do seem to have a very coordinated process carrying out these protests at the moment. They know what they're doing, and they do not seem to be deterred by the tear gas and by the rubber bullets which are being fired at them now. Now, as you can see, this fence which has been put up around the federal courthouse to protect it, and of course to protect the federal troops now who are guarding it, it's being pushed down by protesters, and you might be able to make out that it's bending inwards here. Now, this is of great concern, because if that fence goes, there could be a very real threat to life here, because the number of protesters by far outnumber the number of federal officers here. Now, these federal troops were sent in around 3 weeks ago after the 4th of July holiday, after weeks and weeks of, on the whole, peaceful protests in support of Black Lives Matter. And the presence of these troops here in Portland has only angered people. It's brought more people onto the streets. The mayor of Portland says they're not welcome. The governor of Oregon says they're not welcome. But they are not leaving. And these protesters are not going anywhere either. It feels very much chicken and egg here. One is not going while the other is still here. It's hard to see how this is going to end, but it doesn't feel like it's going to end well.